Okay, welcome to another Too Tall Toby drawing in Alibre. This actually is a drawing from his practice models. So I'm going to go through the process that I would use to create this model, but I'm not going to give anybody the mass on this. I'll leave that up to you when you go in to do your practice models to see how well you do and if you hit the mark on it according to what's listed or what's recorded on the drawings in the practice models. So this one's kind of interesting because we do have dimensions in here that are inside dimensions, giving us a width of the legs on the sides and the bosses in the middle. We have those curved ends on here that are standing up here at 90 degrees. We have a rib in the middle that has a full round radius on the top, and our legs on the ends have a 14-degree angle on them. So let's take a stab at this, see what's going to happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on the YZ plane here, and I'm going to start with a rectangle. I'm going to make a midpoint or midline constraint on that. And that I'm going to dimension this line at 2.625. Now I'm going to get these ends here. I'm going to take the line off, or the vertical constraints off of them, because those edges need to be tapered in. Let me just select those with a rectangle through, and I hit them equal. And now I'm going to put a dimension on there of 14, and that matches the 14 degrees on our legs on the end. And we have a height on that section in the middle here of 0.25. Okay. And while I'm at it, I'm going to draw up another two line up in the top to the bottom here. Actually, let me see, orient to center. I'm going to trim that out of there, and then I'm going to have equal on this side to this side. And I'm going to do a fillet. Yeah, let's see here. This angle is 16. And we're going to have a height up here, full round. We have a height on that of a 1.5. So I need a reference, horizontal reference line. And I'm going to dimension this line at 1.5. Okay. Now, let me see, that's not a full round radius on there. There's no, we have a dimension here, base across here is going to be a 1/2 inch. So let's do a fillet. Start out here 0.25. Actually, that's going to be a little bit big. So we're going to do a vertical constraint between that center point and the origin. And then we're going to do tangent between this arc and that 1.5 reference line, and it gives us our full round radius. a 1/2 inch wide at the base and 16-degree angle. Okay, now we're going to extrude this. Half of our base, we're going to extrude that out to this point. So it'd be 5.875 divided by 2 to get us to this point down here. So 5.875 divided by 2. Okay. Now that's half of our bottom part. So now on this face, I'm going to draw another sketch. And here I'm going to convert this and maintain association. Then I'm going to draw lines from this end point up here down to this one. Window select those two, grab my Fillet Tool, and that is going to be, find my, another one of them. So we're going to be 4 inches tall with a full radius on that, and no dimension. We got a dimension for the hole, but no dimension given that other than it's going to be tangent to that 4-inch location. So again, let's get rid of the dimension on here. We'll draw another reference line, horizontal, and dimension this at 4 inches. And we'll make this tangent to that line. Make these two lines equal. And we're going to make these collinear to that edge. So now we have our radius and our angle defined. So now we're going to extrude this. We're going to extrude this to geometry, which is going to be our midplane, minus half of our 3.5. So we'll extrude up to our midpoint, back it off half of our 3.5 dimension, or actually it's the 4 1/4 to get to this point. So we're going to go to geometry, select our YZ plane, and we're going to do minus 4.25 divided by 2 and back it off. Okay. Now we've got our leg standing up there. Now we can grab this surface, grab a circle, and we'll just make this co-radial. And again, we'll do an extrusion to geometry, grab our YZ plane, and subtract this, minus 3.5 divided by 2, and okay that. Now on this face, we're going to do another hole. So this hole is going to be counterbore, and the counterbore depth is 0.5. Tab twice to get to our counterbore diameter of 1.25. Tab twice to get to our hole diameter of 0.5, and change that to through all. Grab our coincident or concentric and okay that. All right, so now we've got our hole through there. Now we have to do this radius thing on the end. So on our bottom face, we're going to start a sketch, and we're going to use our start end radius arc. So we'll start, end, and a radius. So now we're going to make these endpoints coincident to the ends or edges, And we need a vertical between the two endpoints. And then we're going to be tangent to this end here. And then we'll need a line. We'll come out here and put a dimension on here of 1 just to center, give us a fix on that. And we need to have this point from the origin is half of 5.25. So 5.25 divided by 2 gives us our curve. Now we can do a cut through all. Now we have our radius end. And now with our new mirror tool, go up here and we select entire part. Select our mirror plane. And there's your part. Except for, back up, we got to do some fillets. We've got a radius of 0.5 on these two edges. Okay, now if we roll it forward, there's our part. We've got our radius on the end, our length, our rib at 16 with a full round on the top. Our legs got a radius on the top, full round on the top at 4 inches high. We've got our hole through there, got our fillets. So I think that takes care of it. So anyway, go through this video a couple of times and see if this helps you out, and see how you do on the practice model. And if questions, leave comments. Talk to you later.